Alexey Navalny has been sentenced to additional jail time. Now, his 9-year sentence is in addition to the 2.5 years he's already serving. Navalny is a vocal opponent of the war in Ukraine and has called on his supporters to protest. Those close to him believe his new sentence will make it even more difficult for him to get his messages out to Russian citizens. CBS News reporter Mary Ilyushina joins me now from Riga, Latvia for more. Mary, thanks for joining us. Can you tell us more about Navalny's case and the charges he was sentenced for?
Hi, Carter. Of course, Navalny today was handed a sentence in yet another trial on fraud charges and libel and the contempt of court in a previous libel case. So the court basically joined these two accusations against him and tried him for that. He's basically accused of using the donations that were sent by Russians and a lot of his supporters from other countries to his anti-corruption foundation, which authored a lot of investigations into the Russian elite wealth and as well as Vladimir Putin's personal wealth. And he has been accused of basically using this money for personal gain, which, some of his supporters said is ironic, given that he is, investigating a lot of corruption cases in Russia, and the Russian authorities are now accusing him of misusing these funds. And his supporters, yeah, sure.
With this sentence, do you think Putin is trying to send a message?
His team is saying basically this is to silence him for a real long time. And the message here is that as long as Vladimir Putin is in power, Navalny will not go free. His team is worried that now he's going to be moved to a high security prison, which will make it really hard to have any access to him and check on him and see if his health and well-being is being sort of in any way respected in those prisons.
Back to Ukraine now. Russia and Ukrainian officials, they're still in negotiations right now, but are they making any headway? And what are the major sticking points?
There's been little progress. Both sides say the talks are really difficult and they're far from reaching any sort of deals. There was apparently some movement on discussions about Ukrainian neutrality status, but this is really, again, far off from any sort of specific agreements that they might reach. Ukraine is very adamant that it will not surrender, and it also will not yield to any of Russia's ultimatums. And Russia, in turn, is saying it wants to denazify and demilitarize Ukraine. And one phrase that the leader of the Russian negotiation team said, that was an awkward moment, because he said Ukrainians don't feel like they have a Nazi problem and that they don't see a way why Russians even asked them about this. So far they seem to be far off. Zelensky now, again, the president of Ukraine, is pushing for a personal meeting with Vladimir Putin because he thinks this is probably the way for them to get anywhere closer to agreeing on something.
Now, President Biden and other NATO leaders are expected to discuss additional sanctions on Russia when they meet in Brussels on Wednesday. And I'm curious, are Russian citizens worried about this threat of even more economic sanctions?
Yeah, there's been a lot of panic. People are lining up to buy essential food products like sugar and bread because they don't know what to expect. The ruble is devaluing really, really quickly. They don't know how long sort of their savings will hold them over to be able to buy like even groceries, because prices for everything are rising really fast. And one thing that a lot of people are also concerned is imported medicine, because Russia really relies on this foreign medicine, especially for people with very serious diseases. That is not the medicine that is not really easy to develop domestically in a really short amount of time. So there is definitely increasing panic, and any new sort of rumor of sanctions already sends ripples across the society.
Well, hopefully we'll learn more about those additional sanctions tomorrow. Mary Ilyushina, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.